I'm Joe Connors, otherwise known around the shop as Banjo Joe, and I'll be giving you some tips about playing the banjo. Banjo is a very funny instrument compared to most string instruments. Most times when you're starting guitar or bass or other stringed instruments, you're concerned about your left hand. We want to make sure that everything on the left hand is playing the right notes and what the note names are. For banjo, it's actually kind of a different perspective. We're always focused on the right. The right hand is actually the key to just about everything that you're going to do with fingerstyle picking on banjo. So step one, get your pinky referencing the head by pressing it against the head, so that way your fingers are always about approximately the same height from the strings, and you have a point of reference to make sure that you're picking properly. Secondly, we want to make sure that the banjo is arced at about a 45-degree angle. That way everything's kind of operating the way it should, and that you're picking your strings at a right angle to make sure that you're getting a nice clean tone. Now, the big key after this point is what we call roll patterns. Roll patterns are a series of patterns with your fingers to kind of go through the strings. When practicing, especially if you're using melbase, you can teach yourself banjo. A big key right on one of the first pages in the method book is learning your roll patterns. Starting off with a forward roll, going to a reverse roll, a forward reverse roll, and lastly a mixed roll. Now, there are a number of variations of these four roll patterns, but the basic gist is that these four roll patterns will get you covered in a lot of different banjo songs. So before you get started, every time you go to sit down at your banjo, make sure that you get yourself running through a few roll patterns. The best key as well is to try to blend through, going from one to the next without stopping. So if you went with your forward roll, to your backward, forward reverse, mixed, and that's a great way to get your right hand cooking. After that point, then you can worry about the left. That's your banjo tip from Banjo Joe. And if you have any further questions about banjo, feel free to go to the website, connorsmusic.ca, or email in, or just come in and chat. I'm a pretty approachable guy over at Connors Music.